Stephen Shields Radio Show.
How you going?
Hey mate, it's good to be back.
Yeah, good to be back. What's been happening? The Super Bowl's on today.
Yes, it was on today, Stephen. One of the best sporting events ever, I should say.
Yeah, I was just watching a bit of highlights on YouTube, and did you end up watching the whole game or just the highlights?
Well, I saw bits and pieces because I was busy throughout the day, but
Yeah,
other than that, I thought it was a very good game, mate.
yeah, it looked pretty full on. Who won again? I forgot.
It was the Kansas City Chiefs, Stephen.
Was Tom Brady playing or not this year in the Super Bowl?
He unfortunately has retired, my friend.
Oh, so he didn't play the Super Bowl. That's interesting.
No, he didn't play because it was between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles, and his team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, unfortunately were eliminated from the playoffs round a few weeks ago.
Oh, I thought he played for the Kansas City Chiefs. I got him mixed up.
Yeah, the Kansas City Chiefs, they're not a bad side, Stephen. Patrick Mahomes, he sure guided them a lot throughout this whole time with them. I mean, he's also won a Super Bowl before as well. I mean, he's been
Yeah,
in a couple of Super Bowls prior to this, actually. His first appearance was against the San Francisco 49ers in the 2020 Super Bowl, which was before the whole pandemic hit. And then he appeared in it again in the 2021 Super Bowl against Tom Brady's Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which, of course, was won by Tom Brady. And now his recent appearance in today's Super Bowl against the Philadelphia Eagles.
yeah. I used to have the NFL app on my phone. I got rid of it. Every time I'd look at it, Sean, a player was always getting traded from the Arizona Cardinals. It seems to be just a cutthroat business rather than about the football itself.
Yes, the NFL is cutthroat business, my friend.
Why is it like that?
Because every team wants to win, mate. Every team wants to win the Super Bowl. That's what it's always been about, my friend.
But even when a team wins the Super Bowl, they'll still cut those some players next year.
It happens
It's
in
not
every
like
sport,
rugby
mate. I mean,
league where
rugby league, soccer, NFL, players get cut. That's the nature of the beast, my friend.
I know, but at least in rugby league, there's more job security because if they signed a deal for 2 years and they get dropped, they still get paid their contract. NFL, if they get cut, then they get a one-way ticket back home.
Well, that's
Quite
it, mate.
bad.
It's the NFL. It's, like I always say to you, everyone wants to win that Super Bowl. That's what it's always been about, my friend.
Yeah. They don't seem to have the right job security. I know that there's the XFL as well, which is like a minor league to the NFL, which a lot of NFL players get cut will go to the XFL, which I think is a good idea. But it just seems to me like, I lost interest in the game because it's just like they just get rid of them so quick.
Wasn't the XFL started by Vince McMahon?
Yeah, they brought it back.
Interesting, but to get to the popularity levels of the NFL, you're going to have to do a lot of stuff, man. You have to do a lot of marketing, advertising, get big names, Unfortunately, to get to that stage, you're going to have to be in the game for a long time.
Well, I remember when the XFL first started, they marketed it so well because they didn't have the fair catch rule. You know what the fair catch rule is?
I'm not sure. What is that?
You know when they kick the ball, then they ask for a fair catch so that it don't get tackled.
Oh, yeah, that sort of thing.
Yeah, the XFL don't have that, which is pretty cool, I think. But I think they tried to compete with the NFL in the early stages, but there was no way they were going to do it. And it's like they signed all these players, but they didn't have enough time to train with each other, and that's why the XFL died out.
That seems a bit of disorganisation there. Trying
Yeah, and I
to
think
do multiple things all at once and just backfires on them.
yeah, I think they tried to bring American football in Europe at one stage, but they failed on that.
They do play games in Europe, Stephen, and
Do they?
not surprisingly, it brings out big ratings. I mean, they play games in London,
Yeah,
Germany, Berlin, all that sort of stuff. Like, I mean, look, they play games at Wembley Stadium.
yeah.
That's how popular the game is around the world.
Well, see, this is what's interesting about NFL, about the whole turf situation. There are some stadiums that use artificial turf, while others use natural grass. Now, in rugby league, they always play on natural grass, Sean. How do you
Yes,
feel
they
about
do.
artificial turf?
Put it this
What's the
way,
difference with
mate.
artificial turf? Yeah,
Well, I think no one cares about the turf as long as it's a game being played. That's for sure.
yeah, yeah. I remember when they started bringing out artificial turf in the early 2000s. Players were complaining that they were just getting cuts from it because it's hard as concrete, apparently.
Artificial
And
turf, shit, yeah.
it gets
Like
very
in
hot
rugby
on
league,
that.
right?
Yeah,
Like in rugby league, like Brookvale Oval, the turf there apparently has just been very, very bad over the years. I mean, players been injured because of that turf.
shit. Yeah, I don't
Like even in
understand.
England,
Like, yeah, yeah,
right? Like I remember, especially like I was watching one rugby league World Cup match many years ago, and like one of the players, right, there was slippery surface, and after they scored a try, they went on the ground, they just kept sliding until they hit a wall.
yeah. Because I think their
Like,
walls are like built so close to the try line, which is
to
dangerous.
the try line. Yeah, like it's dangerous, Steve. Like that's what H&S,
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I know. Wouldn't you? Would you rather play on natural grass or artificial turf?
Probably natural grass.
Yeah. The problem is the team owners. It costs too much to maintain it because I did research about it. NFL stadiums and shit like that. And so they play on natural turf. They can just roll it up and do other events. Because then, natural grass, they've got to maintain it, water it,
That's very true, mate.
etc., etc. I mean, to maintain, say, ANZ Stadium or the Sydney Cricket Ground's a lot of work.
Sure, ground maintenance is always gonna be a lot of work, man.
Yeah, it's not like you're playing on a shitty council field and it's actually decent quality grass.
That's true.
Have you ever walked on ANZ Stadium?
I did walk on ANZ Stadium once many years ago when they allowed like the crowd to get into the stadium as part of Hazim Masri's farewell. And for those
Yeah,
listeners who aren't familiar with him, he's a famous Australian rugby league player. He played for my
yeah,
team, the Canberra Sound Bulldogs, and he retired
yeah,
in 2009. He was one of
yeah.
my favourite players growing up.
Very good player.
He
But
was a
it's
very
like,
good goal kicker.
yeah. Well, it's like when you compare like the grass at ANZ Stadium versus the grass at your local council, it's so much better. The type of grass they use, it's expensive grass.
Yes. Not cheap, mate.
Nah. Artificial turf is okay because there are some council sport grounds with artificial turf. The only problem is if you slide tackle on it, it's going to bloody cut you.
Man, like literally on football games, you know, wet days, the turf can be so easily destroyed. That's how, you know, like, as it is.
Yeah, you remember football in the old days when they used to play in the mud?
Yeah, man. You see videos of it on like online, and I'm telling you, do all that, man. You gotta have nerves of steel.
Yeah, but that's part. The NFL did that a few times, playing the mud or
Yep.
playing the snow.
Heck, in rugby league, right? It was a rugby league game in 2000 in Canberra, and that was played in snow.
Yeah, I remember that. But if you watch
Yeah,
rugby
mate.
league in England, I think it snows. It's very cold in England.
Rugby league in England, it's played like in the same time as us, Steve.
Is it? So they must be playing it
So
in
to
the
speak.
summertime there. Yeah,
They are playing. They're playing summertime there, my friend.
yeah. Oh, must not be a very hot summer.
English summers, you know, they complain when it's like 40 degrees down here, for goodness sake.
I know. Crazy,
You know what
isn't
I
it?
mean?
Yeah. But no, so that's what it is. I sort of lost interest in the NFL, Sean, after you see that all these players just start getting cut last minute. Oh, you're cut. You're out of a job.
That's
You know,
going to be a
it's like,
sad
well,
thing
where do
for
you
a player,
go?
man. You know, you do all that hard work, and then you're
Yeah.
told by the coach you're not wanted. You know, it's got to be, you
Or
know,
they trade you to
very
another
shattering.
city. They get
True.
traded to another city.
And then
Uh,
they turn out good. They go there, and if they want to, prove a point to the team that cut them that they made the wrong choice.
exactly. Exactly.
You know,
You
like,
know.
you know, you remember Jonathan Thurston?
Yeah.
You know, he used to play Bulldogs as well from 2002 and 2004. At the
Yeah.
time, right, when he was off contract in 2004, the Bulldogs coach at the time, Steve Folkes, rest in peace, you know, he said to him, look, mate, I think you're shopping around to
Yes.
another club, and he was picked up by the North
Yeah.
Queensland Cowboys. So then in
Yeah.
2005, he joined the Cowboys, and
Yeah.
since that time, he's made grand final appearances for them, won one, lost
Sure.
one, and appeared many
Yeah.
times for Australia and the Queensland Maroons, and won many Origin series for them.
Yeah, it's quite a shame. Like, this happened to Cristiano Ronaldo in Manchester United because I'm a Manchester United fan. I don't know why the coach would be stupid enough to put him on just for the last 3 minutes of a game. I think he's moved clubs. Like, for what? Why the hell would they want to get rid of such a good player?
If I don't pay much attention to the English Premier League, Steve, but if I had to make a guess, probably to make room for their salary cap, or maybe the coach doesn't like him. You know,
Oh,
that's just my guess. I don't follow English Premier League much, but you
fair
know,
enough.
if you want to play like Ronaldo, you know, I was a English Premier League coach, I'd want to utilise him to the best of his ability. You know,
It's a shame on Manchester United for doing that. That's their loss.
exactly, my friend, exactly.
It's like buying David Beckham to playing your team, and then you can only play the last 3 minutes of the game and just bench you. Like, that's just stupid.
That's a silly decision, mate. Very silly.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I
it's
don't
just
know. I mean, I like.
look,
I'll be honest with you. I like sports like boxing and MMA and wrestling because it's like an individual sport.
Mhm.
That's what I watch.
honestly,
And you
if we,
know, it's all up to your fighter. You know, not your
look,
coach. All comes down to you at the end of the day. I mean, Sonny Bill Williams fought Mark Hunt in a boxing match, and Mark Hunt won.
Sonny Bill Williams, another
Yeah,
another doggies player.
yeah, it's on YouTube if you want to watch it. He
I know,
lost.
Steve. Yeah, I'll see it whenever I can. He's an another doggies player who made it big.
Yeah, I remember that. I think it was in 2008. I was looking in like every fucking day. It was in the Daily Telegraph, and like the Daily Telegraph was just dramatizing it
But
to what it really was.
I must confess, when I was a kid, him and Hasmel Masri were two of my favourite players.
Yeah.
But until he walked out on the dogs, that's when my respect for him, started like fading away.
Why did he
Because
walk out on the dogs?
he just wanted more money, Steve. Like I mean, what annoyed me about it was that, he signed a 5-year contract the year before,
Yeah.
right? But then didn't honour it, by walking out and didn't even bother telling the club. You know what I mean?
How do you get away with that?
I don't know, Steve. It's just he didn't exactly get away with it. Like the NRL, right? They did sanction him. They said, look, if you do come back to the rugby league, right? You know, he has to come back to the Bulldogs because and can only play with the Bulldogs until 2012. That's because that's
Yeah.
when the contract expired.
Yeah.
So for 5 years, he didn't play rugby league. And then he came back for 2 years in 2013 and 14 for the Sydney Roosters,
Won
who
a
are,
grand final with them.
won a grand final for him and are one of the Dogs' biggest rivals. And
Yeah.
then he came back to the Roosters during the COVID-19 pandemic and then retired. And
Yeah.
I believe now he's starting to associate himself with the Doggies again.
Oh.
See, I'm basically putting him on the map, Steve.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. Football's football, man. Like, it's all a business at the end of the day.
It is, but he didn't sort of like in a way he didn't get away with it, but at the same time he was just like so, there were some people who were like trying to justify what he did, and then some
Yeah.
you know that like me who were just very annoyed with what he did, like especially during that time when he left, the Dogs
Mm.
were in a rough patch. Like a few years prior, we won the '04 grand final, but then we started losing players because of salary cap pressure, and in
Yeah.
that in 2008, we were basically fielding, a reserve grade side, and
Oh.
he was suffering like from low confidence and morale due to us copying losses on a regular basis. And
Yeah.
him walking out to me just made things worse because when a group of young kids needed a leader, he wasn't there
Yeah.
to lead.
Yeah.
And then you know we ended up coming dead last that year and won a second wooden spoon. You know, as they say, rugby league.
Exactly. Exactly. No, but things move on, and I think if he can make more money in boxing, why not go do boxing? They make a lot of money for one fight.
Yeah, that's the
Even
thing.
if
Boxing
they,
is big business, man.
I know, even if they lose, probably get $1
I
million
know. Yeah.
plus sponsorship bonuses on top. And see, here's the thing going on at the moment with the UFC. They're underpaying all their fighters. And you
Wow.
think, well, yeah, this is serious. How the hell Dana White getting away with that stuff and, making them wear shitty Reebok clothes? Because I watch Bellator and
Did
he's
you see the
pretty
fight
much just
yesterday?
was that UFC?
Yeah.
What happened? I might have saw a highlight. There was an Aussie?
Yeah. His opponent won.
Yeah, I saw that.
Not a bad fight.
Yeah, should be getting paid boxing money, Sean.
Why not? What were you saying before?
Yeah, I'm just saying, how the hell is Dana White getting away with that?
It's a very good question, mate.
You got to
Like,
understand two people are going to go in an octagon and beat the shit out of each other, and they're probably
yeah.
only going to fight twice a year. They've got living expenses. You can look it up, do research about it. There's a class action lawsuit going on with the UFC.
Yeah, like it's, if he's not paying, his workers the amount they should, then to me, that's very wrong of him. They beat the
I
shit out
know.
of each other, nearly so often, risk their
Yeah,
lives and their health, and if he's not paying them, the money they are owed, then that's a very bad move by him.
I know.
Like,
There was a fighter who quit, Francis Ngannou. He said, you're an independent contractor, but what he tries to do, he tries to like lock you in with the UFC and control you. And
my goodness.
fighters who are leaving, I mean, Mark Hunt actually sued the UFC for a lot of money in compensation. And I'm thinking to myself, if these MMA fighters are independent contractors, they can fight wherever the hell they want because they're not employees. Boxers are the same. Then how the hell is Dana White able to, you know, target young people, because that's who he's targeting, Sean, young people, and
Yeah,
get them to
yeah.
sign these shitty contracts written up by lawyers and shit, and then their finances are fucked after it.
Man, that's highway robbery, man. Like, he's pretty
I know.
much, look, to me, it's just, imagine that. Like, that's why you got to be careful, with what you sign.
Oh yeah. A rugby league player gets paid more than the bottom of the food chain in the UFC. You believe that?
Yeah, it's a bit, it's a sad world, man. That's all I can say.
I know. Look it up. You can.
I will.
Yeah, because going back to the NFL thing, at least in baseball, like, okay, say you might sign 4 years with the New York Yankees, realistically, but you get dropped. Well, I don't know if the club sack you, they still have to pay out your contract for the however long you got left. There seems to be more job security in like an NBA, baseball, cricket, than NFL is just. I don't know why it's just so rigged.
It's, that's it, man. It's where they want things, man. That's all I can say.
Yeah,
I think, that's the thing. It's, if you make the cut, you make the cut, and you either, even if you don't, you probably go back to playing what college football or park footy and try and work your way back up again.
Yeah. I mean, Brock Lesnar tried out for the NFL. He got cut. Dwayne Johnson got
Roman
cut.
Reigns, I think he was in it as well.
Yeah, he got
The
cut.
Rock.
But yeah, he can make more money wrestling at least. John Cena played football.
I think nearly all the wrestlers played footy.
Yeah. But going back to wrestling, Cody Rhodes won the Royal Rumble, which was good.
Yeah, Cody Rhodes. He's grown, ever since he first started in WWE. Like, I remember he was just utilizing his family names to get somewhere. But I will say that being released by WWE was the best thing to have happened to him. Because look at him now. He's gone to many different wrestling promotions, won multiple championships, and he's come back to WWE. A far better wrestler. I mean, look, he's pretty much WWE Championship material now.
I thought he was doing the best in AEW. That's when I thought
That's
he
what I
was
said, Steve. I mean, he's done good everywhere he's went ever since he left WWE. And, if he wins the WWE Championship, I mean, he could, set of, achieve something else ever done by his father, That's what Dusty never won the WWE Championship.
Probably didn't.
Yeah. Imagine if he comes on this show, man.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Like,
but championship material is a whole different ballgame. I mean, there are so many wrestlers out there that have never won the Royal Rumble, but were good enough to be in the WWE. I guess when you are the champion of the company, there is a lot of pressure and added, expectations on top of you.
Because you're the face of the company, mate,
Yeah. And being the face of the company, there is responsibilities.
True, because you're pretty much carrying the whole company on your back, You're representing the company in the big time.
Yeah. So who knows? How Cody is going to go in the future.
It's true. Look, I'm hearing rumors that they might split the WWE and Universal titles again, make them two separate titles again.
Yeah.
Well,
it could be. That'd be
Roman
good.
Reigns, here's another example. I mean, I remember do you remember when he was face and he was just like very bland and boring?
Yeah.
I was talking about when the Shield first broke up. He was just this bland baby face that no one really liked. But then
I remember
they
that.
turned him to the tribal chief and it rejuvenated him. Like he's now this like monster heel. That he's improved his mic skills and his wrestling. I think he's just grown. I mean, he's got Paul Heyman right next to him, who's arguably is one of the best wrestling managers in history, and
sure.
He really has helped his character. Like, I'll admit, if I was a wrestler, I would like to be managed by Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
Like Paul Heyman, he's owned, ECW. He's, been a DM on on SmackDown. I'm not sure about Raw, but he's maybe not Raw, but he's been GM of SmackDown, ECW. He's managed guys like CM Punk, Paul, Brock Lesnar, Reigns. I reckon, you could learn a lot from him.
Yeah, he managed Brock Lesnar for years.
Yeah. Even Big Show.
Yeah.
Like, I remember there was like a poll that WWE did many years ago. And it was like, who's the best on the mic? And like, one of the options, like some of the options were like The Miz, Paul Heyman, and a few other people. And I voted Paul Heyman simply for the reasons I outlined.
Yeah, definitely Paul Heyman.
Like, the guy, he's not, he's, put it this way, he's not, how can I put it? He's not an idiot, Steve, he knows what he's going on about. He's
Yeah,
educated.
oh, for sure, Paul Heyman does know a lot about the wrestling business.
He sure does, man. Like he'd probably be one of the best guys to learn from.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Like, he just, like, the way he plays his heel persona, he just does it so well. Like, he MJF, they'll make a lethal partnership, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think they will. I
Like,
think if Paul Heyman was to, move to All Elite Wrestling, how would it be? Because
it'd be very
for a
interesting to say
time
the least.
when he left WWE for years, apparently he wasn't on the show, and then I think when Brock Lesnar came back, that's when he made his appearance again.
Heyman did manage CM Punk though, like,
Yeah.
but I think he didn't start. But I think, like you said, once Lesnar came back, Heyman started appearing more often.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Like, look, that's the thing. Like, whether you're a face or a heel, like, if you have like that mic, skill to, get people invested, you've won people over, Like, I remember like The Undertaker said in a podcast once, he said, look, the current crop of wrestlers, they've got good movesets, but what's next? Like, what's their personas? How do they, react to how do they interact with the crowd when they speak? Like, how does the crowd respond to their personas? Like, do they like their personas? You know what I mean?
I know. Their
I
personas
spoke,
need a lot of work these days.
like, when we were watching it, like, The Undertaker, his persona is self-explanatory, The dead, he was a walking zombie, who just buried people alive in graves. Kane was a big red monster, John Cena, he was what? A rapper, you know? Batista, he was
Yeah,
just, he was like the animal, like a bodyguard,
and then
And this goes on and on.
yeah, there was Eddie Guerrero as well.
That's a sad case, man, when he died.
I know.
Like, he was basically like the Joker, he just liked playing pranks on people.
Yeah, Eddie was the best.
Yeah, he was. Like, like, man, look, his death was tragic. Like, that affects a lot of people. Like, look, Chris Benoit, like, apparently people were saying that, he just simply couldn't cope with his death, and then that led to a lot of mental health problems, and that led to his demise. But that's what people were saying. Not, this is not me, saying. It's just what people are saying.
Yeah, Eddie Guerrero was one of those legends to be remembered in our generation, I guess.
Yeah, Eddie.
And who knows what will happen in wrestling and how wrestling will change. I remember when All Elite Wrestling was starting. I remember how much they were hyping it up, and I remember me and you were talking about AEW 2 years. How many years ago? 2 years ago or something?
It first started in 2019, Steve. And speaking of AEW, I think now they're starting to air here in Australia on ESPN. I saw an ad today while I was watching the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you got ESPN, do you?
So, yeah,
Yeah,
I might
you
have to
got
start watching it,
Boxster.
buddy.
Yeah,
Like,
start watching
it's,
it and let me know.
yeah, I just can't believe it's just starting all this time, man. Like, I guess I've been living under a rock, but I don't remember Foxtel even getting it until now.
Yeah, they only just recently signed it. I saw it on
Yeah, like they should
Instagram.
have. What baffles me is they should have done this back in 2019 when they first started. Like,
Well, they
to
had
me,
it
it's like,
on Fite TV. The Fite
yeah, I
TV is
remember you
just a
telling me.
yeah. I
And
watched it. You just got to pay a monthly subscription for it. But the pay-per-views, you just got to pay. You got to buy them yourself.
yeah, like I remember, like TNA was on ESPN, I think.
Was it?
I don't know, was it
Yeah.
ESPN or was it another channel on Foxtel? I know it wasn't on Fox 8, but it was on another channel on Fox.
Yeah.
Like I know Fox have a WWE channel.
Yeah. Doesn't WWE, is that still on Fox 8?
Yeah, it's not on Fox 8, Steve. But they've got like
God,
their
all
own
these
channel
years.
on Foxtel as well. Now it's like where they show all the WWE like programs and all that. And
And the WWE
recently
Network
now
app.
they've gone rid of the WWE Network in Australia.
The app.
Yeah, like all the WWE Network, it's now on binge.
Oh.
Like I remember when I was subscribing to WWE Network, it was like nearly 13, $14 a month.
Yeah.
But I cancelled my subscription because it just simply was getting too much for me. And plus, you know, I simply didn't have time to watch pay-per-views
I know.
because like pay-per-views at the time they were on Mondays in Australia, and on Mondays like every other Australian, I was at work, and by the time I got home, the pay-per-views were finished, and the results were up on the internet, and I just couldn't be fast watching.
Uh, you're not like me. I watch the replay. If I was to get a pay-per-view and I couldn't watch it, I'll watch it the next day.
Yeah, I watched the highlights on YouTube, Steve.
Yeah.
Like, so I'll watch Raw and SmackDown highlight clips on the WWE YouTube channel. Like I know mates who record Raw and SmackDown, while they're out, and they come home and just fast forward any stuff they're not interested in.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, you got to find, well, what I guess what works for you and what you like with streaming services. I mean, I cancelled my Disney Plus subscription because
Yeah,
they put their price up to $15 a month, and I'm like,
I
why
don't
are you
blame you, man.
ripping people off?
Exactly. It's costing too much money.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
look,
crazy.
yeah, like
Yeah, it's just stupid.
it is, man.
Yeah, it's like all this streaming shit just ends up on free-to-air TV anyway with advertising.
Yeah, or you just watch it on YouTube. Someone else,
Yeah,
someone's put on up with can't just to upload it and then people watch it.
I know, it's like the pandemic special of South Park that I watched. I told you
Oh
about that,
goodness,
eh?
we've
And the
spoken about it many
streaming,
times. Like streaming
yeah,
wars.
yeah, you got to watch the streaming wars.
I'm surprised South Park's gone after all this time, man.
Yeah, no, because
Especially in the society we live in.
South Park's a really good show.
It is, mate.
You know,
Oh
it's a
man, you know
really
what?
good show.
Have you reached out to them, Trey Parker and Matt Stone?
Yeah, a couple of years ago I did. Still no response. But they did a 25th anniversary of the show, and they did a huge concert, and they were playing their old songs from. Remember the Ninja Star from Butters, Cops and Ninja Star to the Eye, and
And then
and they did that anime episode.
that was funny. So Butter starts crying and they're like, oh shit, what do we do?
Yeah,
And then they describe him as a puppy dog.
I know. Crazy, isn't it?
It's funny. And then Cartman tries to, go on the stage without being seen by taking his clothes off, and then everyone starts seeing him.
Yeah, I remember that, dude. I was cracking up laughing.
Fucking Cartman, man, he does a lot of crazy stuff.
I know. Cartman's the best.
Oh mate, he's like, you know what? That's what I've been saying. I mean, like, some of the shit he does, I'm surprised. You know, South Park's still even on the air.
I know. I
You know, I'm
remember
getting.
there was a few times that at the end of the episode they had hashtag cancel South Park. They used to put that hashtag cancel South Park is cancelled or something. They were going on about the
Oh
cancel
god,
culture.
those guys.
Even yeah, but it's just clever. But
What do I think?
one of the Simpsons episode got taken down from Disney Plus because they said, "Oh, it goes against the policies of China."
Oh boy.
I know, and then you think, well, how come they're allowed to start taking episodes down because it goes against China's policy and all these terms and conditions and bullshit that you're hearing about on streaming services.
Oh man, it's just we live in a crazy world.
I know. I just get fed up with it.
I know, mate. It's just
I
it's just
really
on. You know,
do.
it's getting frustrating, but it's is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder why that happened.
They must. What episode are you referring to?
I don't know off the top of my head.
We'll look up later on.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta look it up later on.
Google's your
You know,
friend. That's all I would say.
exactly. Yeah, South Park, has done quite a lot of great things over the years. Some really
Yeah,
great stuff. And they're always,
I remember thinking
very creative.
the South Park movie was funny. The one they did in like 1999 or something.
I know, I remember that. That was funny, wasn't it?
I like the NBA where Carmen's like basically doing the Kamehameha wave.
Yeah,
It was funny.
yeah. It was nice that they did bring out like another movie, the Streaming Wars and the Pandemic Special. We need more South Park and not having any, cancel culture these days, because you just get fed up with all this cancel culture bullshit and being
I
cancelled
don't
and
think
crap like that.
Parker and Stone care, mate. They'll probably keep doing South Park as long as they're alive.
I hope they do. I really hope they do, Sean. Keep doing South Park, because I have to. The more South Park we have, the better it is.
It is, mate.
That we need more South Park.
Not just South Park, Futurama, American Dad.
Yeah.
You try to get Seth MacFarlane on this show.
That'd be good. Wouldn't
He's very
mind
talented, that man. He does Peter, Roger, Brian, Stewie, Stan, Quagmire, and a lot of other guys.
Ban the man. Yeah, Roger is great, eh? From American
He's
Dad.
funny, man.
No, he's the funniest, and we need more Rogers in the world.
That's true, mate.
So, how much good quality content is out there now in the cartoons?
Not much, man.
I know, because it's rigged and shit like that.
Becoming, too PC.
I know, PC principal.
That guy.
Yeah.
Remember that episode where he
Alright.
just beat Cartman in the toilets?
I know, I saw that, eh? It's like, I'm surprised, like, how often, like, all these streaming services have control over people's lives and shit like that.
Well, that's the thing. It's just, I just hope it's not getting that stage, where everyone's overthinking,
Oh, they are. Disney's doing it. Netflix has done it. Stan and all that. And I was just like, well, why should I fucking spend my $9.99 a month on this if they're just gonna not even work with a HDMI adapter? And for what?
Yeah, just what, money? What, just rip
That's
people off
all.
more money,
Yeah, I mean, well,
What you're saying?
that's what it's just become, another money making industry. Streaming services. That's all they care about is just when they get their next monthly subscriber.
They've even got what, password sharing?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, they're removing it like it's Netflix. Like, you basically can't even share your password of anybody now, because if they find out you're using someone else's account in someone else's, like, home, they're gonna stop you. Like, they're gonna give you a warning or block your account or something.
Uh, so if it's like, okay, if you got a girlfriend, right, and you just want to
Yeah,
watch share Netflix on each other's app, which people do,
yeah,
and that's okay. Then
yeah,
if I want to watch Netflix on my girlfriend's phone, they're gonna lock her out. That's rigged. That is not cool.
yeah.
Theoretically
Like, you gotta
speaking.
be on the same internet connection. Like, you can't use, like, say, like, if I had a Netflix account and, I I shared it with you, and you watched it at
Yeah.
your house, they'll give you a warning and then block it. That's how I understand it.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, look it up, mate.
Yeah. The only
Like,
subscription I've got is Audible
Mhm.
and TubeBuddy. I feel I just get something out of Audible at least, an audiobook.
yeah,
It's it's education. I mean, I finished Glenn Jacobs' autobiography.
Kane.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah,
It was awesome.
like, and you know what's good about it? He actually reads it. It's not someone else reading it.
Mm, I
You know,
know.
like he's. You know what? I like to read that Kane's, autobiography.
Yeah, you got to do it
He's
when
now
you
mayor of
can.
I think he's now
Yeah,
mayor of of Tennessee, isn't he?
yeah, he is. He's got like a chapter where he goes into like politics and shit, and goes on. He talks about Donald Trump and he talks about how the good values Donald Trump is. Listen to or read the book if you can. And he talks about all his wrestling career and the remember with the Linda McMahon and wearing his masks, which was so good. It's one of those, whenever you have a famous athlete who narrates the book themselves, it's so much better.
That's true. Because you actually hear it from his word of mouth, from his own mouth, and actually seen story for his eyes.
Yeah.
Like, but you know what? I did not like the corporate Kane bit.
And why is that?
Corporate Kane, I don't. To me, I just didn't like it because he's supposed to be a big red monster, not some corporate guy in a suit. To me, that ruined his credibility as the big red monster for me.
You reckon?
Corporate Kane,
Yeah.
like, I mean, look, you build a big red monster, you shouldn't be really, be walking around, you know, on Raw wearing a suit and tie. You're supposed to be, like the big red machine, going out there, doing all that fire stuff, choke slamming people, you know,
Yeah.
like,
Uh,
every time he used to talk, like when he's corporate Kane, I'm like, dude, this is bad. Like, I just didn't, like, I couldn't take him seriously. Because think of
yeah.
this, how can you go from big red monster to some corporate, you know, corporate guy,
I mean, my guess is wrestlers just change their characters every now and again.
Can be for the better, can be for the worse, mate, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, I
No,
remember
but
I was watching one episode of, like, Raw, and,
yeah,
my sister, was watching it with me, and, and at the time, she just didn't watch wrestling for a few years, and
yeah,
Kane showed up on the screen as corporate Kane. And she asked me, is that Kane? And I said, yeah, it's Kane. And she said to me, why the hell is he wearing a suit? And why is he well spoken? And like, we both shared the same, like, opinion that, he wasn't really suited for that corporate guy. It
mm.
just didn't suit him.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Probably wrestlers just try new gimmicks every now and again as well.
Yeah, like, but you know what? Like, the Undertaker, him being the bikie was good. I like that.
Yeah, the American Badass was the best.
Yeah.
You know, that was...
You know, he recently turned up on Raw as the American Badass.
Did he?
Yeah, it was like during the Raw 30th anniversary couple weeks back.
Yeah. Everyone wanted him to be the Dead Man for some reason.
But the Dead Man Steve, like we've seen him many times. We've seen the American Badass that much.
What was the other one he had? Used to come out on the Harley a fair bit. Not the American Badass, the
Big Evil.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess that's just what fans like. They like the Dead Man, and you know, you think, oh, Brock Lesnar ended his streak, but that was Vince McMahon's
That was a
decision.
step up.
I know.
Look, they should not have ended the streak. Look, I like wrestling, but that was a bad decision to end the streak.
I know.
And then to have Roman beat him, 3 years later on, that to me nearly was like nearly dented the Undertaker's legacy.
Yeah, how come they wanted Undertaker to have streaks at WrestleMania? They always wanted him to win.
I don't know, like they probably get people talking, Steve. But like apparently there's you hear stories over the years of like of different wrestlers being chosen. Like I remember when Randy Orton fought the Undertaker WrestleMania 21, they were going to get Randy Orton to do it, but Randy Orton he didn't have the heart to do it.
Oh,
Yeah, if you think about it, like to go and be known as the guy who broke the streak, it would have been, it would have been tough, like knowing that you're the one chosen to end it, and you have people going up to you saying, "Oh, you ended the streak." Like it wouldn't, it probably gets you after a while,
not up
especially
to
like
the
a respected wrestler like the Undertaker.
Yeah, I mean, it's not up to the wrestlers to decide on who's ending the streak. Isn't it up to Vince McMahon or the promoter to say who wins?
Yeah, it's not the Vince or like the Undertaker. Like apparently, the Undertaker chose Lesnar to end the streak.
Oh,
Like, but to me, look, it was a bad decision. Like, I wouldn't have ended the streak. I would not have ended it. I would just let him go undefeated at WrestleMania.
yeah. I know
Even like
Edge.
my dad said, the Undertaker, WWE stuffed up ending the Undertaker streak.
Yeah, I know. Edge is still wrestling. Is he?
He's still wrestling, but it's on a part-time basis.
Oh, no,
Like,
it's good.
that was a surprise Edge coming back. Like, considering he had to retire due to a neck injury, like, I'm surprised he was able to come back.
Yeah, I remember him and Randy Orton come back on stage when the timer runs out too, by the way, Sean.
Okay.
Him and Randy Orton had a match at WrestleMania in 2020, last man standing match at
Yeah.
the Performance Center. I just remember, watching it, and it was like they were doing a practice match at a pay-per-view. And this is during the remember when they were having all the lockdowns and all that shit. And I'm thinking,
Yeah.
It's just a practice match. What the hell's going on? And they did all the wrestling and all that at the Performance Center in Florida. And it's like, how come?
Look, that's what I was thinking. I remember watching it, and it was just like you felt it was just as if you were watching a rehearsal.
Yeah.
Like it's
I
like
mean, The
all it's like
Undertaker.
all sorts.
Yeah, it's like Undertaker versus AJ Styles that was good.
That was a good match. I like that.
Is AJ Styles still wrestling?
He's still around, but he hasn't appeared lately.
Oh, how come?
Probably injured or he's just taking time off.
Oh, is
He's a good
Randy
wrestler,
Orton?
AJ.
Yeah, is Randy Orton still injured?
Yes, he is.
Shit,
All our childhood wrestlers, man, they're getting old.
I know, I know. But another wrestler to Bob Holly was another legend in the wrestling business.
Isn't he Hardcore Holly's brother?
I think so.
What happened to
Those,
him?
I don't know, got injured. The company didn't really push him or something. He just went his own ways.
Well, like look at Finn Balor. He won the Universal title, and then he got injured and he had to relinquish it a day later. And since that time, he hasn't been in the title picture.
Yeah, sure.
He's not a bad wrestler.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He's got a great, entrance. Is he still on the roster?
He's still there, but he's part of a group called the Judgment Day.
Oh, because he was in NXT for a while.
He was.
Can you watch NXT in Australia?
You can watch it. You can watch it on Fox 8 or the WWE network.
What about the pay-per-views for NXT?
WWE network or on
Oh,
Binge now.
Binge. Have you tried Binge?
Tried a bit of it.
Do they have advertising?
Not really.
Oh, good. Is it good, Binge?
It's not too bad. I haven't used them much.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'll just see it as another streaming service. Big deal.
Everything's going streaming these days, mate.
I know. Tell me about it.
Looks like someone isn't happy.
Yeah. Yeah. I just hope it works with a HDMI cable to the TV. Like, I'm surprised Paramount Plus doesn't, and 10 Play as well, because that's where I watch Bellator on 10 Play or
Okay.
MMA. And it doesn't work with a fucking HDMI cable. And I wrote to the customer service. I said, how come this app and Paramount Plus not work? Oh no, our app don't support it. Well, then I'm not going to use it.
Can't you just Chromecast it?
I don't have a Chromecast. Do you have Chromecast?
Yes.
Are they good?
Yeah, what?
I don't know. I used to have the old. You remember the Telstra TV box?
Yes.
Used to have it, but when we had ADSL2 internet, it was so shit. I just could not fucking watch anything on that.
Yeah, like especially at your neck of the woods.
I know. And it's like, oh yeah, they'll try. Like, we're talking probably, I think 2018 roughly, when streaming was starting to become big. It was only growing back here in Australia. I know Netflix was in the US for years. America had Netflix for years before us.
It's streaming's going everywhere, man.
I know. I mean, China's got their own streaming services. I mean, did you hear about TikTok?
Yeah, it's owned by China.
Yeah, no,
Spying on
seriously,
people.
they're
I know. Spying on.
spying on people and kids as well, and it's putting,
Yeah,
it's a Chinese
that's what.
company.
Yeah, that's why I don't have it.
Yeah, good. I remember when I started at Shields Productions, a friend says to me, "Oh yeah, you gotta try TikTok to do your little short videos." I'm like, "All right, yeah, I'll have a look at it." And it's just stupid people dancing, and I'm like, "Nah, nah."
Yeah.
Well, speaking of
Hey,
social media, I'm on Truth Social now. Donald
what's that
Trump's
like?
Truth Social. It's pretty good. It's like another Twitter, peace and quiet. You're
Like,
just following
do you
like,
actually try and,
what's that?
like, did you hear what did you try and government doing now? Like, apparently they're moving some cameras around. They're removing cameras around Poland because apparently they're manufactured by a Chinese company. And they're worried they could be spying on them.
Wouldn't surprise me. It's like that
Yeah,
Chinese spy balloon, Sean, in America. Did you hear about that?
yeah,
And
yep.
these
Apparently
EMPs.
some's shown up and apparently some balloons have shown up in Canada as well.
How the hell are they getting into the country?
Yeah,
I'm dead serious.
I know.
They got all this homeland security, and yet a spy balloon it
Yeah,
shows
it's
up and spying.
undetected.
Yeah, taking photos.
Yeah,
By the sounds of it, and it sounds to me, and I've said this before on the show, when you hear about North Korea, Kim Jong Un testing out all the rockets, it's quite possible it's heading for a World War III. When you
so
start
it
to
does not
see
harm
that,
with that, man.
yeah, no, I'm serious. When you start to read in the news about the Chinese army are starting to train Russian invasion of Ukraine as well. You know, it's a shame with Russia because you can't travel there anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
Well, that's what happened.
always wanted to go to Russia, but you can't. I
Yeah,
remember
because what?
speaking about this war in Ukraine at least for over 6 months.
Yeah, it's just look, unfortunately, this whole war is just what it's affected Russia in a negative way. Like, I mean, people can't go there, and everyone's turned against them, and you know,
Yeah, it's rigged.
you know,
You
Only a
know,
matter of time
yeah,
until hopefully the war ends, you know?
exactly. Just consider Australia to be a lucky country.
Australia is a lucky country, mate.
Yeah. But
But
I
you know
went up
what? Let's just
to
hope,
the,
you know. But you know what?
yeah, I went,
Let's just hope that, you know, like what's happening right now, you know, with like these spy balloons and like, you know, this current war in Ukraine. Let's just
yeah,
hope that it, you know, just does not lead to World War III. You know?
I hope not. Yeah, because I went up to the
Yeah.
bottle shop today to get the newspaper for my granddad, and I was talking to a lady and I was asking her, what are you up to today? She's like, she's pricing things. And I asked her, are the prices going down? And she says, no, the beer's going up with some duty free tax or something. Like, why is beer going up in price? Why does the government want to tax beer and cigarettes? I mean, I'm not a smoker, but that's what I don't understand.
Yeah, it's just what they're trying to make more money, Steve.
Yeah,
Like it's
that's all it is.
the cost of living, like you know, grocery
Cost of
prices, pet
living's too
prices
expensive.
everywhere.
Yeah, you know. That's a shame. I mean, inflation was around in the 1990s as well with Paul Keating, but they reckon this is the worst inflation since the 1990s with Paul Keating.
Inflation's a bad thing, man.
I know. Of course it is. You know, you got to
You know,
think,
and
well, hey, you've got to eat food. You can't go hungry. You can't starve yourself.
like that's true. Like it's you know, like that's why you know, like people just trying, you know, basically just save money, you know, just to get food and
Exactly.
you know, like all
Medication,
this small.
healthcare
Mhm.
is more important, and this is where the sacrifices of streaming services come in. And I'm sorry, for situations like this, you have to sacrifice things like your Foxtel and your streaming services. And like
You
going to the
know,
Spotify thing, I got iHeartRadio, and it's actually playing great music. And I found using Spotify and music streaming services is that there's just no value for me.
you know, like even going to, you know, you've got to sacrifice, you know, going to, you know, your local hobby shop and buying what you want, you know. That's how bad it's been.
Yeah,
I feel sorry for like those
exactly.
small businesses that, you know, like hobby shops who, you know, who are doing it tough because of the cost of living.
I know. Cost of living crisis.
Yeah,
But make you stronger and move on from it, I guess.
that's it.
You know, and that's just how it is.
That's it,
Such is
mate.
life. Such is life is what Ned Kelly once said. Such is life.
All the most common saying, shit happens.
Yeah, crazy.
It is.
Yeah. You know, who knows about what the future holds for the world at the end of the day. I mean, I think that you gotta find valuable information for yourself that that is truthful as well. Yeah, because there's a lot of crap out there on the internet, Sean, where
Believe me, there is.
yeah, gossip as well. Like I just can't stand celebrity gossip. I hate it.
Of course, it's just there's so much misinformation on like a lot of stuff. It's just not even funny, and people just follow it.
Yeah, all the time. Like, all the time
Like
follow it, and they make life difficult.
I always say, Steve, you just you know Facebook and Wikipedia and all social and other social media stuff. They're not reliable source of information.
No, they're not.
Like people believe, shit on social media and just take it as gospel. Like, it wouldn't hurt just to, take the extra time and Google what you read on social media to see if it's true or not.
Yeah,
I mean, like, if I, like, I went to uni many years ago, and if I use social media as a source of information, I'll probably get an F for that, for an assignment,
yeah, yeah. I mean,
To
this
me,
week, Facebook and Microsoft, I think Instagram and Twitter had network outages as well, and serves them right. I just really don't give a shit about them, except for Twitter because it's owned by Elon Musk, and now thank God for that. But yeah, I refuse to use Microsoft products because I just don't trust Microsoft or Google products.
I just what, I don't use
Mm,
Microsoft Office much these days either.
yeah. It's whenever you hear of things like Bill Gates going on about vaccines and all this, and oh my God, especially if it goes to another TED talk. You know, uh, I don't understand how tech corporations want to get all political in the first place.
That's the thing. Everything's just becoming so politicized these days.
Yeah, crazy, isn't it, dude?
Like, like politics should not be mixed with everything. It shouldn't be.
Yeah, of course not. It's like Glenn Jacobs was saying. Imagine if the government owned WWE. Oh God, man, that would not be very good.
Don't you agree with me, Steve?
Yeah, I do. I do. Politics. It's just crazy how sport gets all political now. Actually, I saw on the news today that the Super Bowl, and people bet like crazy on sports betting, and my God, it's a $1 billion industry.
It is. It's just like gambling's just it's just a it's a big industry, man. It's as you said, it's a multi-million-dollar industry, and it's just ruining lives.
Yeah,
Like
especially sports betting as well.
sports betting. It's just the whole industry is just it's making money and ruining lives at the same time.
Yeah, crazy.
It is.
Yeah, it definitely is crazy. It's stupid.
True. Like, I mean, I watch sport for entertainment. I don't bet. I don't gamble. I just watch it. You
Yeah,
know. I mean, like, what happens when you lose all that money with baseball?
I know. The whole gambling industry is all corrupt anyway.
Exactly, mate. Exactly.
You know, that's just how it is. It's all corrupt.
You got something to
You know, but it goes to show that sport is just another money-making business at the end of the day. You know, and I don't know. It's all about, well, do we want to be entertained, or do we watch sport to you know, make it a business and a profit out of it? I mean, I just don't know as well about the whole issue and current relations in the whole sport betting industry. You there? So yeah, but for me, it's you know, who knows at the end of the day about what teams you want to go for and what teams you want to support to, and that's just how it is. I guess sport betting, for me, is just, I don't know. It's just another money making industry. I feel that we, I just feel that too many people are being ripped off out of sport betting too. So who knows how it's going to.
Sorry about that.
It's all good, Molly. Or impact the whole wide world is basically what I'm
What
saying.
happened?
Like sports betting, it's just talking about sport betting being, you know, just a crooked industry.
Did you hear all that?
What's that?
Did you hear that?
What?
Oh, okay. So I thought I heard
What
something.
was that? No.
I heard something.
Are you all good?
Yeah. This whole
Yes.
industry, like the gambling industry, is just like it. I just don't like it because it just ruins lives. You know, like I don't know how people can be so into it.
Exactly. I mean, you got the New
Like, I
York
just
Post. They got like their new the sports betting plus or something. New York sports. Fuck, I don't know. You pay like $5 a month. They give you like, they send you like, oh, who's the latest odds to bet on in the Super Bowl and all that. Yeah, you're exactly right. It's all rigged. It's all corrupt.
exactly. It's
People
just
just go
like
crazy.
yeah. Like the only thing I do is just tipping competitions and that's it. I don't bet nothing.
Where do you do your tipping competitions?
No, I just do like wherever. Like I'd probably do like the NRL or some friends or family. That's about it.
Yeah. Nah, do you win any prizes? Because I tried to look up some tipping, like all fantasy sports, right?
Well, the last
So they all
competition
want
I
you to
entered
pay.
was
Yeah,
the last tipping comp I entered. I didn't pay a fee to get in. I literally
yeah.
paid nothing to get in, and I won $70.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Good on you.
thanks, buddy.
And I'm looking up an app on the iOS store, right? But they all want you to pay like a monthly subscription in order to participate in tipping as
Not worth
well.
it.
I know, and all this fantasy football bullshit going on too, and it's like I don't understand fantasy football.
No,
Do you?
no, look, put it this way: the less shit you do, the better.
Exactly. Exactly. You know, the less worries that you have, the better life is in the
That's it,
long
mate. That's
run.
very true.
You know.
Exactly.
But look, I thought I'd wrap it up there, Sean. It was amazing episode with you today. It's been a while since you've been on the show.
It has. It sure has, buddy.
It's good, this Wisdom app as well. It's really wonderful that can
It
podcast live here as well. Is there anything you want to say before you finish?
was good to be on the show with you, my friend.
Yeah, awesome, dude, and you're always welcome back anytime.
I know I am.
All right, mate. Take care.
You too, buddy.
See ya.
See you, mate.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, so guys, thanks for tuning in today on the Stephen Shields radio show all the way in Sydney, Australia. I'm about to finish the podcast now. Please like, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notifications. New podcasts are available every Friday at 6 p.m. Sydney, Australia time. Bye for now.